Yeah, might get some money.
All right. That was at the top of the segment.
But
yes.
Alice Cooper, Call Her Daddy, the podcast owner, Alice Cooper, but she's also a network owner, signed a $125 million. It's rumor has it. Of course, this is another one of those deals where the number's not 100% sure just because she can make up to $125 million.
It's not guaranteed.
It's not all 125 is guaranteed. Yeah. But of course, 125 is all we really care about because that's going to be the headline.
I was about to say,
so
125.
So she signed a deal for Call Her Daddy, and it wasn't just for Call Her Daddy because of course that's what the main headlines were. It was actually for a network that she has. So she was bringing over, I think, 5 shows.
She putting her homies on?
Well, yeah. So when she had left the Barstool and when all that stuff had. Well, she had left Barstool, and then after Barstool, she left Barstool. Fuck, I can't remember. After she left Barstool, she went to somewhere, but then she left them. But while she was with them, she started a podcast network, long story short.
Mm-hmm.
And then she developed 5 more shows underneath the Call Her Daddy network.
I wish we had these shows.
Spotify, that's what it was. I'm bugging.
Yeah.
It was Spotify. Spotify.
Are these shows just like hers, or like is there some variety in these?
No. Hashtag.
She put any black women on?
Do Control F. Do Control F for network. Because there we go. Okay. Let's see. Unwell, but for her Unwell network. Unwell is the name of the network that she has.
Mm-hmm.
This includes podcasts from influencers like Alex Early, Madeline Argy, Harry Jowsey, and Owen Thiel. I think it's Thiel.
Yeah.
But so I've never heard of any of these people, but obviously they're
her friends.
Yeah, that's all that really matters. So
they're probably popping in the
that
white world.
125. If you scroll up a little bit in this section of the article, this is the most important part, honestly. So a lot of these deals, even with the Joe Rogan one, how it's up to 250 million, or what was it? Was it 250 million?
Something like that.
It was a lot.
250 million. So a lot of these podcast networks, when you sign to them, back in the day, you would typically get some sort of guarantee. Mm-hmm. Now, depending on your performance, if it was over what the guarantee was, then they would pay you more, but you would always have a minimum guarantee. A lot of the times, the minimum guarantee, especially when these networks were first starting, were a little bit too high. So there were people that were entering a lot of bad situations, or they weren't getting paid out. Do you remember Brennan Schaub, Theo Von? They were all signed to that. I can't remember what that network was.
But Theo Von called it a scam.
Because it was a guy that CoffeeZilla ended up calling out.
Yeah,
I can't remember what his name was, but CoffeeZilla ran pretty much a hit piece about how he's screwing over these podcast networks. A lot of them had never got even their minimum guarantee for 3 to 6 to 8 months. That was a big thing, and it was mainly a big thing when CoffeeZilla. Also, Impulsive was under that as well too, I think.
Okay.
Now we gotta find out the name of the network because I do loosely remember this story.
Do CoffeeZilla podcast network scam artists, because because that's what it was. It was that guy. And I remember he had got a little interview with him. It was all kind of freaky.
Are you Googling this? It works.
But so the way that her deal is structured, it's the same way. But now these podcasts...
Thompson? Cast Media?
Yes, Cast Media. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But the way that they're doing these now, they're structuring them now is the networks aren't giving themselves guarantees anymore because... the production, if the numbers are underperforming, they can't keep losing money like that.
Yeah.
So now there's clauses in place to where she has to hit this certain number in order to she has to hit these benchmarkers to clear whatever that yearly salary would be, which will be $41 million.
Kind of like sports.
What are these specific hoops that she has to jump through? Is it
9 times out of 10 is overall just the performance, probably all the numbers. Yeah. So it's
she should hit.
They're looking at the analytics and engagement to see if this is a worthy investment.
Exactly. But
they're going to constantly keep checking that temperature to make sure.
And adjusting the pay to it. You know what I mean? They called it minimum guarantee insurance. I think it was the term for it.
Minimum guaranteed insurance. Contracts got the craziest verbiage.
Scroll up a little bit more. And jaw-dropping figures more than twice her previous $60 million deal with Spotify back in 2021, even higher, $100 million. Earlier this year by SmartLess, but the Call Her Daddy host can't exactly sit back and cash a check for $41 million each year. 3 insiders with knowledge of how SiriusXM negotiates such deals said the contract would contain a set of caveats. She can earn as much as the widely reported 125, but it won't be easy. These insiders spoke with Business Insider on the conditions of anonymity to discuss private contract negotiations. Let's see. First, the three insiders said podcast companies like Sirius had gotten smarter about the downside protection. Gone are the days of Spotify's. It will skip all this shit. Now there's download insurance. That's what it's called. It's referred to as download insurance. A podcast,
and what exactly is that?
A podcast deal with a host like Cooper will be based on a certain number of downloads each month. It could be her current number or based on an expected growth. If the download number falls short by substantial amount or a substantial period, her payout could drop.
That's what I was gonna say. It's probably got to be time period based. It can't be like a very short period. It's got to be at least like quarters or something.
Quarterly, probably. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Download insurance, because
downloads
are a different metric than views. You can have something downloaded technically and still not be watching it, right?
Okay. See, I'm gonna be real. I did a lot of research on that at one point, like when I was like trying to select what audio host we would go with for a podcast network. And it's really hard to say. I still can't tell if that download to our phone is counting as a play. I can't tell that. I genuinely, because
and that's probably where the game gets funny.
Yeah, because I still never found defined information that was like, that shit even counts, because you don't have to listen to the podcast at all.
You don't even got to rate it. You can just have it in your library.
And then the only time I even realized that it's gotten out of control is when like my phone is almost running out of space.
Because you got mad downloads.
Then you go there
and
you're
go
like,
through and delete
all them. It's like 4 or 5 gigs. I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't listened to half of these.
I don't need to keep looking at the thumbnail.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
take the shit off the profile.
I don't know, because in the world of podcasting, plays generally equal what a download is. It's just because a podcast, you don't call it a play.
But
I guess
one play equals one
download.
Yeah.
That's how the terms are. So it's really hard to tell if those are being counted.
Is it ever, I wonder if it's ever going to turn to music.
Because I do wonder if those count, because some people with like insane numbers, it's always a little bit harder to believe like 1 billion people a month or a quarter were tuning in. It's like, what if you are counting those like those idle ones that are just downloaded to your phone and we never click play on them shits or ever listen to them? I don't know. That is something that I've always wondered.
They have some sort of value, but technically it doesn't mean nothing at all.
Yeah, because that's the thing with podcasting. It's been around for a while, but it hasn't been around long enough to where like they're cleaning up loopholes and shit like that. But there's still loopholes that this could possibly be one.
I feel like this is one of the murkier parts of the pool
that you can use to fluff your numbers up. Yeah.
Because if you say it real fast, like, yo, I get 1 million downloads a month.
We count a play every time a listener on a platform streams your podcast for 60 seconds or more or downloads it. But see, But when I looked at Apple Podcasts,
it's different for them.
It's different. Apple Podcast, it's half a second. It's like 1 second, literally. Like you can literally hit play. As long as you hit play on it, period, they count that as a download.
They count that as a view?
Yep. Yeah. So that's why it's Spotify, you need 60. But you don't need that on fucking Apple Podcasts at all. I read that a part of their like thing. So everybody's is different. But I get to, when I'm selling you something or I'm putting a package together, I get to put all that together regardless. So,
and from the viewpoint of the podcast, it's like it would be a beneficial thing if they included them as both, because that helps our bottom line.
I'm pretty sure
that gives us more leverage because we technically have more attention, but go ahead. It doesn't really mean anything.
No, not really. Just make sure on paper numbers look better. Like when I was doing our electronic press kit for like each quarter, I updated or whatever to our numbers for the previous quarter. I'll put them in there. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'll put them in there just to like add some more padding and fluff. But I still cut that number in half by like half. Yeah. Because I'm like, that shit said like 25, 30,000. I'm like, nigga, it probably like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's hard to really know.
Yeah, I'm like, just add another 15 on there. You know what I'm saying?
Probably don't even have the tools necessary for us to really know.
Yeah, and I think the only people who do are the ones, these networks, they seem to be, and I mean, Sirius.
They know a finite number. They know like,
and it is funny too, because like Sirius is like, they've been cutting podcast deals pretty frequently over the last couple of years.
Yeah, they're taking care of Howard Stern pretty well.
But I just never think about I don't know why Sirius satellite radio and podcasting still just don't.
They're trying to bridge that gap, though.
I think that
It's a real ass thing.
I think there's a community of people who just get it when they buy their cars and they use like SiriusXM.
Sirius
from
is
their car.
like,
And it's like
novelty.
That's the only
type
time
of
I
thing.
get. I've had Sirius is when I've gotten a car or something new and it comes with it free for like 6 months or a year.
And people
Yeah,
fall
I
in love with
think-
that and use that and pay for that subscription. And that's it.
Yeah, it's a demographic thing for sure.
Yeah.
Mainstream America probably uses SiriusXM.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot bigger than what we think because
It's massive.
Like when we're in our car, we listen to our phones.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Exactly. Yeah.
And even if my phone
exactly.
doesn't connect to the radio, I'll just put it in the cup holder and let the speaker make it louder with the
Yeah.
acoustics. But like, I'm never gonna turn on the radio, and if I do, it's not gonna be SiriusXM.
Nigga, it's so rare that I actually use the radio. As of August 1st, 2024, SiriusXM had approximately 33 million users.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of white
This
people.
is a slight decrease from the 33.88 million subscribers in the fourth quarter of 2023, which was itself down 33.98 million. So they've been going in the same time of 2022 quarter. So they've been going down, but we're playing with the points.
And that's people subscribe.
And its peak was in 2019. They had 34.91 million subscribers. But is this? I can't remember what this actually said. $10 a month.
Yep.
They really have a lot of programming over there, though.
They do though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
They
But
do.
what's
lot
the-
of programming.
But
over
what's
there.
the point, though?
What is
Like,
the
I
point?
wonder, like,
They got
what
really- they got
programs
better
do they
stations.
have, though?
They got Howard Stern on SiriusXM.
Yeah.
They got
Nigga, you s-
major powerhouses over
That's
there.
And,
Howard Stern could
Sway's
probably
still up there,
dim-
I'm pretty sure.
But
Sway-
I've never had the SiriusXM app because I'm assuming the app is mainly where it's at.
And that's what, like,
Is that
they
where
have,
they're getting the podcast?
and that's actually a lot because that's not saying outreach. Like, how many people they're, like, reaching. That's just
Yeah.
people
Right,
subscribe.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know
that's
what I mean?
you're
So
saying.
it's,
Yeah, yeah.
it's completely different. Number actually big as shit.
But yeah, what is the girl
Everybody in
from?
Oregon. I was about to say, yeah.
What is the girl from Call Her Daddy's name again?
Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper. Yeah, nah. I don't even think she thought they would get this big.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I do because it seems. I mean, she's bouncing back and forth from big deal to big deal. Like she's only been playing with big digits.
Well, I
Like,
mean, now she's probably jaded a little bit, but I'm talking about before when she first started with her homie and was just
Sophia.
telling sucking stories.
Sophia, yeah.
You know, I don't think that they thought that they would get a couple $100 million off this potentially.
It's crazy because the Hot
How could
Twa
you
girl,
think that?
the Hot Twa girl should like, follow in her footsteps a
The way
little
you
bit.
say that is fucking me up every
Hot
time.
tour.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's hard to her.
Well, my version's Hot Twa. I like a French bitch. Hot Twa.
I made the bitch French.
I twisted her tongue in a way it was incredible.
Yeah.
But nah, she should definitely follow suit though. She should follow in her footsteps. A little
I don't
bit.
know if it's that. First, I don't think it's that easy. It's
I think
this
she got
ain't-
the person.
There's a million.
hell
women
no.
She got-
hell
she got
no,
the
no,
eyes,
no,
though.
no.
She has
Alex
the
Cooper
eyes.
is actually a good podcaster. Like
Yeah.
she's no slack at all. I
It
think she
takes-
even does sports too.
All right. What kind of sports?
Like I don't.
I mean, like
man,
baseball's kind of easy to
I was
cover.
about to say cricket, nigga.
No.
Tennis.
Baseball's easy to cover. You just got to stay awake. It's about
Yeah,
7,
nah.
8 innings. Nigga. You just
Okay.
got to have energy.
Okay. But
That's a
but
game of
yeah, this
focus.
is crazy.
Shout out to Call
overall.
Her Daddy. Does this
Yeah.
do anything for niggas? Do you think?
Nope.
Yeah, I think it for specifically black podcasting. Well, I'll say this. I think that it does prove that you can get over $100 million deal still, even though they're not handing them out 10, 5, 7, 15 million just here and there like they used to. I think you can do it. It's just overall you have to be bringing more than one show. I think the only person getting that off of one entity is Joe Rogan.
And
the
even
only-
he's not
Yeah.
guaranteed.
Yeah, but I mean that's just how all the deals are structured. But he's the only one that can just bring one fucking item
And
and
get it.
then pull deals that are over 100, 200
Yeah.
million. But I mean, she did it with like 5 to 6 shows. So
Yeah.
the odds of it still being there are definitely extremely. They're there 100%.
And knowing those caveats is so important.
Which
Of
was
like the hoops she has to go through to hit like the different metrics,
oh yeah,
the specific numbers.
yeah.
Because all we
it's-
know is like she just has to reach a bunch of people and she'll get the money eventually.
yeah,
like,
but I mean, growing
The
your
number-
audience.
what?
I mean, growing your. I'm assuming it's just It's just hitting new numbers, bigger numbers. That's all. It's not nothing like she got to hit bigger numbers and hold a fucking press conference for the poor or something. You know what I mean? Like,
but I wonder if the numbers are objectively reasonable, or are they like? Nah,
are they goals that are like set so nobody can hit them?
Or not?
Because
they can't be like that because
too.
she wouldn't sign that. But like, you know what I mean?
She might
have signed a deal,
especially depending on what the guarantee is.
She might have signed a deal to where it's like, all right, you know, for the next couple years, she's gonna be working eight times as hard. You feel me?
Possibly,
just because it's
like the stipulations can.
The stipulations,
yeah, I know what you mean.
To give you the burnout or something like that.
Yeah, because this. I mean, the deal's never gonna be fair, especially if you're not Joe Rogan.
Deals are going to be fair if you structure the deal fairly. Every deal is going to be. The deals are only unfair when you sign a bad deal. So that's up to you. I doubt she signed a bad deal. I highly doubt it. I mean, we're talking about up to $125 million.
Not a bad deal, but there's always.
But that can't be the reason it's a good deal, though.
It's always
just because it has a big number doesn't mean because what he's saying is real. If they giving her this big ass number, but she has to jump through 1,000 hoops. Almost to the point to where she thought that this was possible, but in all actuality, no one person could do it by herself.
But it's on her to choose that.
And then again, she is bringing the network.
And
so I wonder, like, if she's going to look at her little homies like, yo, don't fuck this bag up for us.
Everybody's expected to perform more, for sure. But at the same time, think about what the guarantee might be. I think the guarantee is probably closer to what her Spotify deal was, which was $60 million. So if I might
you think that guarantee damn near half?
Why not?
Doesn't sound like a good deal for them.
I mean, they've already paid her 60.
I think so.
Guarantee half?
That's a good deal.
For sure.
Well,
because she's kind of incentivized
the fact that they're already willing to go up to $125 million, 60 is. I mean, we're talking about people that 60 is light work for them. Like,
I'm not saying they don't have it, but I'm just talking about in terms of like protecting their interests. Because she might get that 60 and like get a little lazy. You know what I mean?
She already did that.
She hasn't started yet.
Well, didn't she get 60 once with Spotify?
She got 60 with Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't think she got lazy. I think the deal just ended.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying she got lazy. I'm saying like if I wouldn't give her guaranteed half because that bitch she don't really have to work then. She already got half.
Yeah, but
you get what I'm saying? Like
no, I don't because there's also 60. There's also 65 on the table.
There's 65 on the table, right? And of course, I'm the company. I want her to get all of that because that means I'm making whatever the fuck on that.
Right.
But in her mind, and especially the little homies, because she's bringing a network, these niggas probably never seen money for real. They might get satisfied with that couple of million and be like, oh, we made it. We comfortable.
Some people might, but that's what I'm saying. But I think she's proven that she's not a I get comfortable type of person.
Right.
It's not just her, though. It's not just her.
Yeah, but I don't think she's fucking with people that are the type to get comfortable either.
No, you got a lot of faith in this white woman. Sounds like you might eat her. Sounds like you might make her some lunch one day.
Sounds like you might eat that nasty apple.
Patreon $5.
Patreon $5 for sure.
Good God, AJ. You say I love a businesswoman.
No, nah, bro. That's what
AJ
you know
hates
what it
the
is.
best
It's
fruit on earth.
I noticed with the deals, every time we talk about like deals, you always think the worst.
Yeah,
like you didn't think the Joe Rogan shit was real at all.
I stand on that shit.
You were like, why would they give him more though? I'm like, nigga, obviously because they're gonna make more.
Because it was a good deal the first time.
It wasn't more.
It was like I couldn't wrap my mind around it.
My thing was why pay for exclusivity for 2 years and then give it away for free. That was my thing.
Oh yeah, because that's not where the market's at anymore. Because you're hurting yourself by paying for exclusivity. I can't charge as much for the ad spots I need to sell on your show if my number of users on Spotify is limited. I have to open it up to more so that we can make more money overall.
Which was my greater point of saying that it wasn't the greatest deal because it didn't really benefit that.
Yep. All right.
That was my greater point. Because obviously they weaseled their way up out of that situation to get into a better situation.
That was also the climate.
Yeah.
Everybody was getting exclusive deals back then. Niggas weren't getting deals and opening it back up because everybody, like, we're watching the podcast industry kind of figure it out all together at one time right now. You know what I mean? Like, they're trying to figure out, do we put them in slave deals like the music industry, or do we to where you have to come here, or do we just give it away for free everywhere because we can make more off of it overall. So they're realizing that's the route that they have to go.
And they eventually gonna move that time up from 60 seconds to like, I don't know, 15 minutes or something.
Damn,
No, I
15
doubt
is
that.
crazy.
15's crazy.
15 minutes is crazy.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's passing 60 seconds.
I can see it go past that, but
It
I
could
don't think
definitely go to
needs
5 minutes.
You can get to 90.
It don't need to go that far.
90 seconds
It could
max.
get
90,
90
and that's by the end of the
Yeah,
year.
90 seconds max.
Nah. The climate isn't that.
It's gonna take a while.
The climate isn't in that much danger.
How long did it take for the music industry to get scammed? Like for niggas to start fucking over artists?
the very
It feels
beginning.
like
Like, did it take 30 years into?
no.
like,
It feels like they got it right the first time.
Yeah.
because it feels
yeah.
like the slave deal was right the first time. They just kept getting better. Because it just feels like the niggas who had deals way back in the day,
was still getting.
they were getting like
in the 60s and
you have
shit.
to die to escape that contract.
yeah.
That's how it seems. So yeah.
They like you in for life, nigga. That's
Yeah,
like
the
Supreme
music,
Court justice.
the music industry contracts definitely felt. But it is interesting how like
I think that was
these
that.
podcast deals were for these big ass numbers, bro, and we talking 3 years. They don't even be for 5 years. I'm thinking just the fact that I could make up to 125, I would have to stay here for 5 years.
Yeah.
3 years, it seems like everybody's getting these 3-year multi-million-dollar deals. I don't even
3-year
think
handouts.
Yeah, I don't even think Joe Rogan's shit was like more than 3 years. It might have been. I think it was 3 again. So,
But so
it's-
you at least got to play 4 seasons in the NBA to get that.
that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like they be such short term. It feels like because 3 years really ain't fucking shit. Like this show's almost been going for 2 years.
Is everybody getting through? Like,
Yep,
are only the
3.5.
powerhouses getting 3 years?
3 to 5.
3.5 years.
Yeah, 3.5.
That was a
That's crazy.
2020 deal. Yeah.
It's also Joe
And
Rogan.
he got more.
What was
than
Gilly and Wallows?
What? Who was it?
I think they got them on a 5 year.
Barstool, right?
I think they got them on a
Yeah, I
5
think
year
they got them on a 5
because
year,
we
yeah.
passed 3 years.
Also, they give them the blacks.
Barstool might
More
do that though.
indentured servitude,
Barstool
huh?
I think Barstool got old school slave contracts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Barstool.
Let's say a quick one here.
Let's see. Let's get some quick
I
Googling,
gotta
Lauren.
go
Let's see
here.
how fast you can do this. Wow, a little disappointed after signing deal.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. What year was
I think
this?
that was the first deal
Yeah.
because they re-signed. The first one was for 3, and then the next one was for like 100.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But I can only imagine. Are they... Wait, what did you just say? Say that again.
Turn your mic off, and then just go ahead and fix it one time.
Oh no, I already did.
Oh, okay.
And what did you just say? You don't want to say it?
Oh, what did I just say?
Yeah, what did you just say?
They signed 2 deals with Barstool. I think the first one was for like 3, and then the next one was for like
It was
100.
100.
And they signed the first deal, what, like 3 years ago?
Say
4
the
years ago?
time
No, that was the second one
That we're talking about?
that we're talking about. The big one was the second one.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one was the smaller one. I mean, 3 million is not small, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smaller than that 100.
In
if they got
comparison.
100. Yeah, in comparison.
3 million.
Yep. So the 3 million was for 2 years. See, those figures make more sense to me.
Get 3 million for 2 years?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes more sense. $1.5 million a year. I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think Shannon Sharp could get?
What do you think he signed to? He signed to the volume.
What do you think he can get on this next re-up?
To the volume?
Yeah. Because, you know, you got Cat Williams in
A
the deal
lot.
still, but
A lot. And the reason is because it's not just the volume, because the volume is also signed, all volumes under iHeart. So you're not knocking on just the volume's door, you're knocking on iHeart's door.
there's 2 different bank accounts.
Subsidiaries.
Yep, exactly. So
That's amazing.
they
And
could do that. And
They
Shannon
got to
Sharp.
pay Shannon Sharp for potential.
Shannon Sharp also has all these shows get paid for potential, but Shannon Sharp, he also has shows up underneath him because like the 5150, that's under his network. So it all got sucked up. Pause in that deal. So it's
Corey Holcomb's 5150 is under Shannon Sharp's network?
sorry.
I was gonna say.
I was about to say,
Club,
what?
Club 5.
Oh,
Club
Jeff
520.
T.
Jeff T.
520.
Oh,
Jeff T.
okay, yeah.
And there's
Club
a couple
5.
other like sports
Club
podcasts,
520,
right?
It's a couple. Yeah, I think
Most of them-
Shannon
yeah.
Sharp had like 2 or 3 that he brought over.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's iHeart, The Volume, Club 𝔓𝔬𝔬𝔐𝔬𝔬𝔬 Productions. Then under that is the Club 520, Nightcap, 𝔓𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬𝔬 Signed to a nigga that signed to a nigga that signed to another nigga.
Shit. All your taxes go to fucking.
Don't quote Kendrick now, nigga. You ain't pick him when it was
That
time.
wasn't Kendrick, was it? That was Pusha T.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Didn't Kendrick Lamar say that in the new song?
No, they both
No.
with Drake though.
Yeah.
Drake said that to him.
You was signed to a nigga that was signed. I could have sworn Kendrick Lamar said that.
You don't know.
Try to
rap.
cease and desist on the like that
You don't know
record.
rap history,
what
nigga.
you ain't like that record? That's what happened right after. That's Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, actually, I think I heard that. Too.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It was it was this, right?
I was thinking of Exodus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, it was Exodus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
With the, I don't know where the fuck.
Know your history, nigga.
Nah, you guys are flawed. Kendrick Lamar said it as well, but
All right, it's all good.
out to
So
Call Her
yeah,
Daddy
let's
though,
see. I don't know what else to say about this. There's nothing else to say about this. This white girl's fucking doing it. I guess.
I mean, she's getting paid. It's really nothing.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we spoke that long about it.
yeah. All right, let's move over to the next one then.